in the game.
Yes, sir, ski man.
Hold on, sir. Hold on. That's suspicious. Lee,
Irk, you got the tune ready for the Lakers?
I got it ready. I got it ready. It's looking
We
shaky
gave
for them
we
boys
gave
right
them a
now.
break the other night, man. They lost, and we didn't hit spaces. So
No, I was on Spaces. What do you mean? Nah, man, I was in Spaces. You probably didn't see it. But hey, great win tonight, man. Steph, Jimmy. Jimmy was a leading scorer tonight. 32 points, 27 for Steph. Steph took like 17 shots, 4 of 9. Jimmy went. Hey, Jimmy didn't even shoot a lot of free throws tonight. Moses Moody 21, and then we had Pods off the bench with 19.
yeah,
So
Moses had like 7 threes or some shit.
Yeah, he was 7 of 9.
yeah, that hey, Jimmy in that you see when Steph and Draymond went to the bench, bro, Jimmy Butler went to work, bro. Absolutely went to work. And that's been a pretty common trend in the games that I'm seeing. Like, there's something that has to happen, you know? If we're to talk about the negatives first, there's something that needs to happen with that starting lineup. Because if you look at that starting lineup, I think they're like a negative, fuck, they're probably like a -5 on the season right now after tonight's game. But they need to figure out what's going on with that starting lineup and why it's not working.
The
Is it
Lakers
a
are getting ass blasted, by the way. They're down 17
Bruh,
with 4 minutes to go.
it's been like this for like the past couple of seasons. The way the starting lineup is just atrocious, and hey, we always give up. I don't know, bro.
They really need to. I honestly think like they gotta work with Quentin on getting a shot back because it's way too inconsistent right now.
no? But do you think it's Quentin Post or
Mm-mm.
like
Mm-mm. No.
No, it's
Well,
not.
we know
It's
who it
not. But like, it
is.
would help. It would help if his shot was
We
still falling.
we know who it is.
Well, we know who it is. We just don't want to say it. And the team doesn't want to say it. So
I mean the the theory was that if he goes
But
to the
but
five,
here's the thing, like I told you earlier, like isn't it a really funny coincidence that this is 10 games in a row now, right? 10 games in a
yeah,
row where we have the Steph Draymond centric lineups when they do like the second quarter or the mid quarter switch. Those aren't as good as the Jimmy centric lineup. The Jimmy centric lineups are like absolutely like amazing.
yeah, and there is something happening in that Jimmy lineup, right? Like, here's what it is, bro. When Jimmy Butler, like, he's like a 6, 7 point guard, right? So you see when he has the ball, all of his decisions are solid, right? Like if you look at his advanced stuff, his offensive rating is like a 140, right? So, he does the isolation thing where he makes the right read and all of that stuff, and then he doesn't turn the ball over. I think, and in the offense, he's like a pretty good half court player, right? So, every team in the league is just trying to push pace, push pace, push pace. He gets the ball and then he's just creating, and then when he gets a mismatch he just attacks it. His game is very methodical and he's not turning the ball over. So when you go from a lineup that is trying to push the pace, push the pace, push the pace, and they're trying to do dribble handoff stuff and Draymond is trying to thread the needle, and then you're having Jimmy Butler just playing intentional basketball, it I don't know if the team is saying, "All right, we're gearing up to guard this thing," and then when they go to that Jimmy lineup, it's like completely different, right? So I don't know if that catches them off guard, but that's like exactly what they need, man, because that starting lineup, it is so negative right now, and I don't know what they're going to do to remedy that, but I guess, to preserve Draymond, or what's left to preserve, you know, uh, I guess they're just going to keep it going. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean, bro. When people say like lineup data and this and that, right? Like we only use lineup data when it fits, a certain purpose, right? So that's really all I see. So when you have that, I guess you're just going to keep it going, I guess, right?
Yeah, because a lot of stuff factors into that. Like, especially like we said, Brandon Podjemski has been playing amazingly well, like 10 times better than the beginning of the season. And the
Yeah.
main reason of that is because Melton is now the secondary ball handler off the bench, which relieves the pressure from Paz. Because everybody know Paz number one option hoops is not the wave. So not only that, but now people are saying Melton should start in the starting lineup. But if that's the case, then now you're having Paz go back to the first ball handler off the bench. And now Mooney's going to be in that position off the bench as well. And that whole bench unit is going to fall. So, I mean, right now, everything is good. We just need the starting lineup to improve, like, as a whole, offensively and
Yeah.
offensively.
So outside of that BS game that we had against Atlanta, where, I think a lot of that game was just concentration focus, right? But in the last 10 games, we're like 7-3. So that's a good turnaround, man. That's a great turnaround, actually. You know, it's January 15th, and we are what is that? 4 games over? Do I have that
They're
correct, or are we 3 games over?
they're actually 2.5 games out of the fifth spot because the Rockets lost today
Yeah.
again, the Suns lost again, and the Lakers are about to get blasted by the Hornets. So there you go.
So how many games over 500 are we?
You got it
I think
right. 4
four,
games.
four
We're
games over
four
500.
games. Okay. All right. So we're 1 game off my target. I said 5 games above 500 by the 15th of January. We're on the 15th of January right now, and we're 4 games over. Okay. All right. At least we're not 1 game below like we were last year. So we had some rough games or whatever, but I heard Steve Kerr say the other day that they think they should be a little bit better than they are. Me personally, I think if they go into a series with Phoenix, a playoff series, they beat Phoenix. I think if they go into a playoff series against Houston, I think they beat Houston. Not to mention the Los Angeles Lakers and, you know, the Timberwolves. I think they beat one, two, three, four teams ahead of them right now. No trades being made,
Lakers
right?
Lakers got bigger stuff to worry about. This is about to be a race war over there. I heard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's getting ugly over there, man.
Yeah, this past
You see
games
what I put in the jumbotron?
they're finding their identity and their rhythm.
Mariachi.
I mean, with all the talks,
Mariachi.
with all the talks of trades that we had in like the last couple of weeks, seeing a team like this, like, do you think the front office is trying to push? Because I've seen a lot of reports now about us not making a trade and letting Kaminga just sit here and try to trade him in the offseason.
Don't care.
Like,
We're winning
Well,
games without him, so why don't we fucking care?
if you want to be playing Peter, then go ahead. Don't do anything.
I mean, but like based on our total lineup, like everybody's minutes, everybody's contribution to the team, right? Who's I mean, I guess the only open spot right now is either Will Richards or kind of GP2, but GP2 is our best pick and roller um on the team. So it's
we
like,
got we got some great production tonight, man. I mean, amazing production from Moody and Pods. But my thing is like, at what point are we going to switch that starting lineup, or are we just going to keep it going?
I think they're gonna keep it going.
I think Steve Kerr is in such an I told y'all so that he's definitely gonna not change the starting lineup the whole season.
I think
I don't think he's gonna change it unless they like lose multiple games in a
I
row.
think the
Or if somebody
continuity
gets
I
hurt.
don't think he's gonna change it till Seth Curry gets back.
I think the continuity matters the most. And the fact that Moody is getting his rhythm back. He made seven
Yep.
out of 9 threes tonight. Like I think it's kind of like what he did with Harrison, like what he did with Harrison Barnes and Iguodala a few years ago.
Mariachi.
Like Iguodala obviously was better than Harrison, but he came off the bench. It's kind of the same thing with Moody. It's like I'd rather him start, get his confidence going, and then we'll take it from there.
By the way, Lakers losing another
Why
30-point
didn't
game
you add Laker? Why didn't you add
by
hashtag
Luca.
Laker therapy yet, bro? It's a six.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
need that.
16. Dude, they're down 16 with 1 minute 30 to go, and they pulled their starters. Like, just
The
fire up that
Lakers
shit.
stink.
There we go.
Lakers
Not yet,
scored
not yet.
40 points in the last three games,
Hey,
man.
It's a little preview.
speaking of Lakers, I put the in the jumbotron teams with the worst rim defensive field goal percentage. The Lakers are 70.5%. They're allowing 70.5% field goal percentage at the rim.
Bro,
That's
what did
fucking
Aiden
bro?
is
nasty.
What
ass.
did you think would happen
Aiden
when
is
DeAndre Ayton
ass.
is your starting center, bro? Like DeAndre Ayton is your starting center, and that shit happens. Like, wow, surprise.
That rim
The
is
big
We
free.
the
literally
beginning of the
told
season was
y'all
a
this would
myth.
happen, but okay.
It was like, oh, Aiden's playing well. Look at the start of the season. Aiden's playing really well. So what happened?
Okay, Aiton's playing well, but how many points is he giving up on the other end? Exactly.
I mean, hey,
Kind of
Six
surprised the
votes
Heat
today
isn't
by
it was
him,
winning.
by
funny.
the way.
The
Just
man
six votes.
said, oh, I'm not here for stats. And then what was it like last week or 2 weeks ago? Hey, they're not giving me the ball, bro. And now he's not trying no
I-
defense. Hey, at this point, start Jackson Hayes. Give Luca a actual lob threat.
yeah, but bro, I kind of like the rhythm that they're in right now. But
But
I'm
Jackson
gonna be
Hayes
honest with you.
is injured though, isn't he?
Here's the thing that I see with the Warriors, bro. Right? I think there was like about a month period where they were trying to run the offense a particular way, right? And it's the same nonsense that they were doing last season, right? And it was a lot of experimenting, kind of situated around Draymond Green. And I think slowly but surely, Steve Kerr is realizing, like, that's not the way to run the offense, right? And now we're just getting to the point where we're just going more Jimmy Butler offense, right? So I think that's the way to go. Steph,
I think, yeah, go on, man.
I just think that's the way to go. And I don't think anytime we try to run that offense the way that, they're trying to run that offense, it just never works out. We went on a skid last year, and now we got, bro, my opinion is if you're going to pay Jimmy Butler that much money, right? Having him sitting in the corner is not the way, bro. So I don't care what none of y'all say. Like, the 2-man game, that shit is done. That's over with, right? So the more and more I see games like this and you know Jimmy being a positive in that second unit, that's massive for us, bro. When you're in a playoff series and like every possession matters and you got a guy out there that has like a 125 or 130 offense, that's really 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 going to matter because when you start to when teams aren't able to push the pace and then you got to play half court basketball and execute, not a lot of teams can have a guy that can run offenses like that, right? So yeah, they tried it, it didn't work. So let's not do it anymore. That's what I say because it's been driving me crazy and you know, I think I think they got the point across.
Run the
Do you
I
see
think
tune,
more of
ever
Nurk.
that season?
since,
Run
Huh?
the tune,
uh,
Nurk.
They lost?
They lost.
let's go. I think ever since Melton got fit to play regularly, he's found a second unit that gels well with Horford, Jimmy, Melton.
The
He's
Lakers got
had,
absolutely obliterated. I mean, obliterated by Lamelo Ball tonight.
the
I
start of
don't.
the first quarter when they had like 30 to 39 points,
Yeah.
and I saw Lamelo hasn't hit a three, Con hasn't hit a three. I was like, when they start hitting a three, it's not going to be close. You've given 30 points and none of them have hit a three. That's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Hornets have been on this last couple of, but they've been on one. They've been on one.
You
You
know we
think they're
play
gonna
them
keep?
They beat the
next.
They beat the Thunder. Just saying, they beat the Thunder.
Yep,
Yeah,
we play
like,
them next.
hey
And
man.
last time we played them, they weren't all the way healthy. They're only gonna be missing one player next game. So
Yeah, I think that, bro, that's one of these teams where, they push the pace, push the pace, push the pace. And you gotta like, you gotta play solid against them, man. I mean, if you're not if you don't have your rotations down and you're not solid with your rotations, that's the type of team that will get you in rotation. And the next thing you know, the ball starts moving and they start making shots. You know what I'm saying? So it's not it's not a team that you want to mess around with, bro. They're a really solid team, man. They're a really, really solid team like that. So next game, we better not be playing with that, right? Because I've just watched us all year just get like railroaded by athletic teams, All year long, I'm just watching it. All year long, I'm just watching, us just it, and I get it, bro. It's 82 games and there's focus and all of that shit. I completely understand, but